Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. If you don't already know who it is, it's the one and only, the true Alex J. Today I want to talk about follow-up. It was requested in the Entrepreneur Success Group. If you haven't already, please make sure that you join the group. There's now about 5,000 people inside the group. It might even be 6,000 now. There's a lot of people inside of the group. They're all entrepreneurs. They're all looking to learn and make more money. So if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, make sure you join the group on Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description. So today I'm going to talk about follow-up and how important it is for your business. So what is follow-up? Well, follow-up is when you follow up on a customer. It's when you come back to the customer, you talk to them again. Now there can be different reasons for a follow-up, and that's the first thing that you need to determine is what is the purpose for your follow-up. Are you following up with someone because you want to try and get another sale, or are you trying to follow up with them again in order to get a referral, or is it so that you can communicate with them to bring them back to your website to have a look at new products? You need to first determine what is the purpose of this follow-up? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? And by first establishing that, you're going to find it a lot easier to achieve that goal. So there's different ways of doing a follow-up. You can do follow-up via phone call, you can do it via email, you can do it via letter. But again, first you need to establish what is the purpose. Now if you're trying to bring on a brand new client, it's probably a good idea to give them a call. Give them a call and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I really want. Hopefully you can sell it straight on the phone there and then. If not, then you follow up with them and you can send them an email. Now, normally, if I get off the phone with someone, I want to send an email while I'm on the phone. I'll just send them an email. Did you get that email? Yeah, fantastic. Okay, now I'll leave you alone, right? So I want to do it while I'm on the phone. I want to hear them say, yes, it's arrived, so that I don't have a problem later on down the line when I give them a call and they're like, no, the email never arrived, right? So I get them to confirm it on the phone. Did that email arrive? Yes. Okay, fantastic. I'll let you read through that and I'll catch up with you hopefully tomorrow. And then obviously you can then book when you're going to speak to them again. Now remember, when you're first reaching out to someone, you're going to want to try and keep a short time period. So don't have it over a long period where you send them an email and you contact them 6 months later. They're not going to remember. So if you're going to send out an email, try and follow up with them either the same day or later on that week, but make sure that you schedule in a time and a date. Now again, if you're going to send out emails, make sure that the email is directed to the correct person. Don't just send a blanket email. And this is really important. I've seen people where they send out a blanket email and they haven't even got my name in there. It just says, Dear Mr. or Mrs. We spoke a while ago, da 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 da. I don't know who you are, you don't remember who I am clearly. So you've got to make sure that you address it correctly, make sure that you have their name, and make sure that the subject line on a follow-up is really eye-catching. Is there going to be a reason for them to open this email? Is it really interesting? Is it engaging? When you give them a call, did you do something rememberable? So for example, if I phone someone, and let's say that I was pitching someone, I always get them to write my name down and put dollar signs around my name so that they can remember me. It's something visual. And because they physically wrote it down, they're more likely to remember it rather than me saying, hi, it's Alex J, and then getting off the phone. They're not going to remember me. So what I do is I say, hi, yeah, write down my name. And I'm really sincere when I say, like, write down my name is Alex J, and I hear them writing it down, like put some dollars around my name and circle it, I'm the guy that's going to make you money. And they always remember, and it makes it a lot easier to do follow-up later on. I remember this one company, and what they did was, I can't remember exactly what it is that I purchased. I think it was a book or something, and when it came in the mail, they'd actually attached some candy in there, like it was wrapped up. And it was great, not just because of the product, but it was just something so small, but it was that effort that I'd never seen another company do before. And it was something that I remembered. And there was a little card underneath and it said, thank you for ordering for us. We put this candy in for you. We hope you enjoy it. Please come back and everything else. And then later on down the line, I think it was like a week later or something, they emailed me and they said, we hope you enjoyed the product. We hope you enjoyed the candy, and please leave us a review, come back to our store. And I did, like I went back and I was looking at some of their stuff. I can't remember if I purchased anything, but I remember just that one small move really made me remember that company, and it still to this day sticks in my head. So it's really important that you do little things like that. And it was something physical that I could hold, and I don't even know if I ate the candy, but I remember it was just something that was really cool, and it's something that you can implement into your business. It doesn't necessarily have to be candy, but you can send out nice little things that are just an additional thing. Like if you know when your customer's birthday is, you can send out like a little birthday card. Even that in itself is like, wow, that company remembered. Or if it's like Christmas, you send out Christmas cards to like your best customers and tell them to come back, and you give them like a 10% Christmas discount, those kind of things. Those are things where you're going that extra mile and your customers will remember it, believe me. And because of that, it's going to increase the amount of sales that you get. So just those little follow-ups like that, those are the types of things that go that extra mile, that tiny bit of effort is what's going to completely transform your business and bring it from this level to this level. Another thing that you have to do is you have to work out when is it best to do a follow-up. Is it good to do a follow-up that week or that day or that month or that year? Like, when do you need to do the referral? Sometimes it's great to do a follow-up a little bit later on. So like, let's say for example they've just purchased something from your store, you can do an immediate follow-up and say, hey, you bought this camera, do you need batteries, right? That's a great way of doing that. You could also do a little bit of a later follow-up. So let's say someone's just purchased from you, you wait 24 hours and say, yeah, you know, we're just putting your package together, but just before we ship it out, would you like us to add any of these additional things at a 5% discount or whatever? And I've seen that work really, really well for Vistaprint.com. They've made a ton of money doing that. They always manage to get you to buy extra things like, oh, just before we ship it out, should we send out some mugs, or should we send out a t-shirt or a hat or a baseball, or like some extra business cards, just an extra 250 or whatever. And because you're already going to get that order out, you're thinking about it, you know, do you know what? Okay, I'll add those in, and they get added in and then shipped out. So it's a great way of doing a follow-up and an upsell at the same time. And again, with referrals, it's something that you really want to make sure that you are asking your customers for referrals. Now again, this could be done immediately on the phone. It could even be if someone doesn't purchase from you. So let's say someone doesn't buy from you, I could be like, look, not a problem, I completely understand that. Name 3 people right now that you know who will want this service. Oh yeah, I think Sam, Bill and James. Okay, fantastic. What are their telephone numbers, what are their emails? I'll write them down and give them a call and say, look, you know, Sam told me to give you a call. He said that you'd be really interested if I could get 5 minutes of your time. Now I've got an in because I did that follow-up right there and then. It could also be the next day or the next week, but you need to determine when is it best for you to follow up and what kind of follow-up are you going to do. Does it need to be the same day? Does it need to be the same week? Does it need to be the same year? And you don't want to let them go cold. So that means you need to make sure that they remember who you are when you do follow up. Otherwise, when you did follow up, you're not even going to remember who you are. The chance of them purchasing from you is very, very low. Now, if someone says to you, you know, give me a call in 6 months, you know, if you do a follow up in 6 months, the chance of them remembering is very, very small. Unless it's a very high, unless it's something that's, you know, really expensive, like $500,000 or $1 million, then I can understand, you know, it might take 6 months, in which case it probably does need 6 months before that call is followed up on. But other types of businesses, lower, smaller businesses, where you're only charging like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, they shouldn't require 6 months for a follow-up. You should be able to do those really quickly. So again, you need to determine, firstly, what kind of follow-up is it? You know, are you asking for referrals? Are you trying to upsell? Are you trying to, what is it that you're trying to establish? Are you just trying to build a better connection with your customers and send out birthday cards? Then you need to work out like what method you can use. Are you going to send out something physical? Are you going to send out an email? Is it going to be a letter? Like, is it going to be like a birthday card or like a small candy? What is it that you're going to follow up with? And then you need to make sure that you're addressing it to the correct person. Don't be impersonal, be very personal. And that's absolutely fine, especially in this day and age on the internet. So I hope this has helped you. Please make sure that you like, share and comment on this video. I'm sure there's a lot of people that need to see this. Make sure that you subscribe on this. Then there's also going to be in the description, there's going to be links to the Facebook channel, and there's also, the Facebook group. And there's also going to be links to my Instagram as well. You can find me on facebook.com/thetruealexj. You can also find the fan page at facebook.com/AlexJTVofficial. You can also find me on Instagram.com/AlexJ020. Look forward to seeing you guys again soon, but in the meantime, peace.